So I have a huge love of the Fast and the Furious franchise. And I have a bunch of stuff here. And the reason that I have such a love affair of this whole series is because essentially what I have no idea if I'm even in frame now. I really love that sense of modern mythology that comes to it. Like I really am fascinated by the idea that the stories we're making up and telling today can very much become seen as mythology like 500, 1,000 years from now. I think that's really, like, for me, that's fascinating. And like with this particular one, it's this outgrowth that retcons itself, that is a certain form of inconsistency, that it different interpretations, different kinds of storylines, where it starts off as serious like street racing crime and becomes these near godlike beings who don't really understand that they're gods. And it's it's and some of the problematic elements, but then it starts to sort of address them metatextually, and I find it really, really amazing and engaging, and to the point where I've talked with a lot of people about this concept of car wizards, basically people who essentially are magical beings who don't even realize that they're magical, about their different relationship with physics and the world, and even a sense of narrative. Like, their lives are very intentionally unrealistic in a way that if you sort of embrace it becomes really fascinating. To be a car wizard means that you land on cars softly, and you just expect that. One of the questions that happens in the sixth one is that one person asks the other person, like, how'd you know the car would be there to break our fall? Not how'd you know the car would break our fall, but like, how'd you know that we would even land on a car instead of land in on something else? It's like, well, that's how they think. Like, for the world, for them, is you land on cars because they're soft, and you don't bat an eye at some of the dramatic changes that happen, or like just the fact that you live in this very surreal drama world where events that like you and I might question is like, what the actual fuck is, like, this is just how things are. Of course, a weird spy agency suddenly decides to start talking to you, and you don't really bat an eye about the fact that you're just being thrown into this weird spy agency. What you're incredulous about is something specific about the deal of, like, and it's, I don't know, it's just fascinating for me. And that's why, like, that's a sort of why I love this very, very, like, silly, sometimes silly, sometimes not series. So yeah, anyway, so I have a bunch of stuff about them. And there's some like heartwarming stuff too. Especially with like the death of Paul Walker, sort of really actually made for some extremely like heartbreaking elements. And there's a lot of themes about family and stuff like that in here. And anyway, it's just like this, for me, just amazing, amazing thing. So I thought I would just, share that, real quick. So, bye. Still don't know if I'm in frame.